US debt's just hit a record high of 17 trillion for households. And at the same time, the government has a record level of debt of 31 trillion. So you've got 17 trillion on households and 31 trillion from the government. What will it ultimately mean for the economy? Well, what are we seeing? Well, we're first of all seeing inflation, of course, has been high, falling off slightly. But interest rates are the highest they've been for quite some period of time. And yet Americans, rather than actually cut back on what they're doing, are spending more and more money. Will the bubble stop or will it pop? Okay, right now what we're seeing is that people are borrowing money for mortgages. 17 trillion is total debt. 15 trillion of that is in households or buying property. You may argue that, of course, is a fine because it's backed by an asset. But will there be a fall off? There's more and more people that are failing to pay their mortgages. We're now at 2.4%, and that's going to increase. So property prices are likely to at least flatten and probably fall. What else are we going to see in America? Well, credit cards are nearly at $1 trillion. Record rates of interest rates at 25%. People are borrowing more and more money to buy used cars. And right now, you can see that America is borrowing to finance its purchases. Ultimately, that gets capped, that gets topped. When that happens, what happens? Well, you're going to see assets, some assets, fall off. So property is one. If I was looking at property right now in America, I wouldn't be buying. That's my personal opinion. I always seek advice. Why? It's likely that you're going to get a fall off in property prices. What else are you going to see? Well, you're going to see ultimately at some point people have got to stop spending. So if you're investing money right now, perhaps in stocks and shares globally, expect to see that people stop spending on discretionary. In other words, things you got a choice of. In other words, cars, for example, they keep borrowing for it, but ultimately at some point that stops. Why? Because you can leave the purchase of the car for another year. What doesn't stop? Companies where it's non-discretionary. In other words, you don't have a choice. So if you look at healthcare, that's the easy one to explain, but there are other industries where people keep spending on regardless. That's the way to invest right now. Record highs of debt. It's kind of crazy, but nevertheless, that's where we are right now. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll keep you up to date with what's happening. I can give you some direction on what you can do if you're investing money. Always talk to a financial advisor. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the videos. Please like and share the video.